Back on the air once again, day number 17 in month of August 2012. 10:58 a.m. is the exact time, Pacific Standard. 17 days down, about 14 to go. So let's keep the show on the road and moving forward. So before I begin, thanks for tuning in once again. And yeah, I know, it's kind of like, why am I putting the names of these starlets up in these posts saying that they're starring, and then you see me in this video? My actual heart's desire, I'm really not even interested in being here. I just wound up here out of circumstance, so let's say it's just a growing process and moving towards the ultimate goal. But realistically, we like living in the twilight zone, so I guess I'm just kind of like Rod Sterling with the pimping. I'm not really in the movie. I'm over here with you watching it, but I'm just giving it a detail as it happens. But interesting about the Twilight Zone is Rod Sterling actually happened to be the writer of the show as he's narrating it, so I always thought that was a cool angle. But anyways, let's go ahead and get on with the discussion. Lifestyle changes. That came about and was inspired through an article that I read on Us Weekly, or one of the trendy magazines, with Jordan Sparks, about her weight loss transformation and her premiere and showing off her new goodies at the premiere of the movie that's coming out tonight, which is Sparkle, or I guess came out last night, 12 o'clock a.m. So for those of you that didn't get a chance to read it on the social media, posted on a couple of the Facebook flagships, let me go ahead and read it to you so we can be on the same page. Give me just a second. Okay, here we go. Quote, Sparks' lifestyle changes have paid off big time. This summer, the pop star landed the August cover of Shape, where she flaunted her slimmed down and a barely there bikini. Quote, I could only dream of having a cover and looking like that, unquote, she told Us. Quote, I thought I did it. I had to walk back to my dressing room and pull myself together because I was overwhelmed. I cried. I shed a little tear, unquote. Lifestyle change. This is a lifestyle publication. I know it's viewed as various different things. Hey, it's just a blog, or it's just whatever it is. I mean, we've been at this for a minute, and it's gone through various different phases. But I thank Jordan Sparks for actually saying that, because I'm going to give a clear definition of exactly what it is that we represent. That term lifestyle magazine has become so generic and watered down and robotic that I decided to go ahead and list the actual definition and description as per Wikipedia, and it really opens up what it is that it represents, because perhaps the change that the president was talking about falls in alignment with what we're talking about now, change in lifestyle. So, individual identity, a lifestyle typically reflects an individual's attitudes, values, or worldview. Therefore, a lifestyle is a means of forging a sense of self and to create cultural symbols that resonate with personal identity. On and on and on. You can read English or open up your translator for those of us that are in another place overseas or down south, South America. But anyways, there's so much content found within the walls of this online publication, where those words just jump out time and time again. It's just a continuous saying the same thing over and over again. But I'm thankful for Jordan Sparks actually stating that because lo and behold, I actually found the image, and like they say, an image or a picture is worth 1,000 words. This particular image, that's the feature header, that says it all. And I don't really feel like even saying anything more because for some reason, let me look close. Real life equals what you see is what you get. I can look at the backdrop of this particular picture where she's standing in her real life and say that that is in fact real life. I can point out the coordinates of this picture so clearly that it's as if I was there. And if you're from Southern California or you've been around, you can envision yourself somewhere in the western part of Hollywood with the hills, and it could be the Sofitel or one of these hotels or resorts, or you can just visualize it. But this is exactly it, and I'm glad she was able to manifest the picture to give me a clear description, and I could just say that's it, point at it. And there's also enough content over the years to make you think that perhaps what was written before here actually has something to do with what's manifested now. So I'm going to put a link when I find it to actually show you that and see if we can come to some common thought and be on the same page. But that's it. I don't really have to say anymore. That's just like they say, you got to picture it, focus in on exactly what you want, and boom, that's it. That's the lifestyle, and that's brand representation at its finest. So that's point number one. Number two, let me bring the camera back up because I'm not with you right now. Okay, there we go. Point number two, I'm going to move on down here to the premiere image for the movie that's coming out, Sparkle. And I got a intuition that says that whoever wrote this particular movie or whoever was doing the casting said, you know, we need to keep it simple and we need to find a female starlet that really fits the description. So the name of the movie is Sparkle. We got to find one that really fits that description, and probably going through some faces and some names and say, oh, well, it's already written in stone. Jordin Sparks. Sparkle, Jordin Sparks. So the part had her name on it already, and I think that actually led to what manifested. Also in this particular image, you know, we got Whitney Houston, and that's going to add a lot of fanfare and hype surrounding this movie because it was her last production. I would just say from this point of view, from this perspective, getting kind of deep but really somewhat simple, perhaps the lifestyle change that's being reflected and what we're going to take a stand on is simply to say where we can actually spend a whole bunch of our time and efforts mourning the loss of Whitney Houston, but that's not to take anything away from her if we say we can also celebrate the gains and the victories of Jordin Sparks. I think that's what this is actually representing. Call it a crossroads, if you will. And that's just a change in lifestyle, a change in approach. And that's my stance, and I'm going to set it in stone and put it out into the universe, so to speak, and say probably we can get some different results if we change our thinking and our approach and our attitude. And let's not get too preachy with it. Let's just look at the image and see there's a split between the two. And so if I was standing this way, Jordin Sparks would be on the right. It's not taking anything away from Whitney Houston. That's just moving forward. And I think that's what the change in lifestyle represents, forward movement, which we can definitely do if we set our sights. So Shout out to Jordan. Give you as much props as I possibly can, which is infinite amount. And let's just set our sights on moving forward and see what manifests for a bright future. Why be afraid of the future when you can just create it? That's my stance, and that's a changing lifestyle. All right. Happy Friday, y'all. Deuces.